Hey everybody, welcome to the Black Diamond Call for Monday, December 11th. We are winding down the year, and I am here. Hey, that rhymes. Listen to that. So John Lavinia here with you as I am each week for our Black Diamond festivities, and we're going to have a fun call tonight, one way or another. And I do have a couple of things I will mention. That we do have a full week this week, including all of our calls on our regularly scheduled DA Live call system, except for the On the Rise webinar will be preempted this week by our special broadcast with Michael Force and Darren Salkeld, who will be discussing marketing with you. In fact, let me say this. One of the things that you'll hear as a recurring theme around here, if you're through the steps and if you're actively marketing with the business, you'll hear basically three basic things that you do again and again and again. You do these things, you make sure that you make time to do these things each day, and you must build momentum. You will. It has to work. And those three things are, of course, driving traffic, right? Doing the business in terms of getting in leads, and of course, talking with your customers and your prospective customers, whether that's via your email follow-up series and the videos you might do, or I know some people invite new trial members to give them a call or Skype or hit them on Facebook or something. So getting in communication, basically. And, of course, teaching your team members to do the same. We've got a ton of training, like with these calls that we do virtually every day. We just don't do them on weekends. And this is all designed to foster growth in the community and to bring people up to speed. So you don't have to do everything yourself, of course. You got me, you got my co-hosts, and we do a lot here, on this live call series. But still, you are the captain of your ship, and this is something that I talk with some of the members that I get to personally coach, talk with them a lot about that sort of self-reliance and steering your ship, so to speak. So we do have that whole thing going on here. But remember those three things, right? And drill them into your brain. Drive traffic every day, get in communication with people, and teach your members to do the same. And if you do that, you will be building momentum. It's good stuff, and I think we're going to hear more about these basics on Wednesday night on that special broadcast. But of course tonight it is Black Diamond time. So let me see if my guest speaker is here. I'm not seeing him on the conference bridge. Oh wait, I am seeing him. He's not dialed in with a host code. I'll go ahead and take care of that. So let me go ahead and set the table here a little bit. We have a business that allows you to brand yourself, so to speak. And a lot of times people don't really grasp what that kind of means. Of course, there's some nice details about that in our BASE program. Some of you have already been through BASE, and of course that is our entry-level program. Prior to getting into RISE, you would want to go through BASE. And one of the things that's talked about in there is brand development. And of course, we also have the agency, which is a third-party provider. They do like Hollywood grade. They're out of Los Angeles. Hollywood type branding packages, and you can really go deep into this sort of thing. However, okay, even if you are just now emerging as a brand, okay, and a lot of times that brand emerges out of your marketing, but if you are starting to develop that brand and doing it on your own and building that, then there are things that you can do, just like I was talking about being the captain of your own ship, right? There are things that you can do to sort of shape and build that brand as you go. And the person who's joining us tonight to discuss this a bit with us is someone who I think everybody on this line knows, and is one of our top earners, of course, won multiple contests, drives a Lamborghini. My goodness, the guy drives a Lamborghini. That's part of his branding right there. Of course, I'm talking about the millionaire mentor himself, Mr. Jason Stone. Jason Stone,
hey,
how are you tonight, brother?
What's going on? I'm pretty good. How are you, John?
I'm great, man. I'm glad you're here. I was able to find you here in the crowd, get your mic unmuted. So we're going to talk a bit about how you built your brand tonight. I'm very interested to hear about this because, Jason, I always wonder about like Millionaire Mentor, for example, okay, or other things that are not necessarily called, someone's name, like Jason Stone or John Lavinia or whatever. And how does that, how do you get traction with something like that, especially in an industry where, people buy from people? A lot of times people, they want to know, like, and trust, and can a brand do that? So I've got some questions. I'm not a branding expert, obviously. I think you may be more so than I am. So very interested to hear where you go with this tonight.
Definitely. I mean, when you talk about branding, we usually think of like name brands like Nike or Adidas or Burger King. But in our little marketing world where, we're considered either influencer marketers that market, different network marketing opportunities, or the marketers that market different info products. People are buying from people, and they're buying from word of mouth and what you are saying. So in a sense, you're building your own brand, and you are the brand. Your name is your brand now. If you're going to influence someone to buy something, you're creating your brand right there. You're an influencer. You're getting people to, whatever it is, influencing them to buy something on Amazon. You can influence them to buy something from you, from someone else. You become a brand. And in order to do that, you have to first gain people's trust. And building a brand, like I've built brands before. I have Treadstone Performance. It's a brand. That took me years and years and years to build a name in that niche. So a lot of people starting out, they have this misconception of, I'm going to become a marketer and I'm going to start making money instantly. No, it's going to take you a long time to start making money because you have to build your brand first in this space. So, I mean, it's a long road. Trying to start out from nothing with no marketing skills. That's what Digital Altitude does for you. It helps, fine-tune everything there is around marketing your business, branding yourself, and it's a long path. I mean, don't get knocked down or don't get frustrated because you're not making money instantly. This is, an all-around type of marketing agency. Digital Altitude is. They have the agency which brands yourself, and you're learning everything. I tell people all the time, what I learned in Digital Altitude, I apply to all my other businesses. And Michael Force said himself a couple of times, like, I want what you learn here. You should go off on your own, start your own business, your own marketing company, your own brand. You could use this as supplemental income, but what you're learning here is going to be applied to the things you do in the rest of your life as an entrepreneur. So, a lot of people, you just have to understand that when you come into this business and you see all these people making money, all these top earners, that it took them a long time to get where they're at. It took them years. Like, it took me a good year on Instagram just to build a following, a couple of years at that before I turned into a marketer. And then, I slowly started coming out of my shell. I wasn't used to being on camera ever. I didn't like being on camera. I still don't like being on camera, but it's something that you get used to. It's part of your brand building. It's part of practicing, this business. And branding yourself from day one is just putting yourself out there. So, like I said, it's just going to take a couple of years. So don't get frustrated because you're not making money instantly. And there's so much to it. John, do you have any questions for me?
Well, yeah. When I got started as a marketer, I didn't know anything about branding, and still I would not consider myself proficient at branding. In fact, there's a joke in my company because I've got my own companies that I run, and when we get into branding or like creating logos and color palettes and stuff like that, pretty much whatever I think, we're going to do the exact opposite. Like if I like it, it's terrible, But if I'm like whatever, then it's going to be good. So I don't have an eye for like, if we're talking about logos and art and stuff like that. If I design the logo, every single logo looks like a heavy metal band or something, So yeah. That's just my background. But I'm very successful in sales and marketing, right? Mm-hmm. So I've got people who know more about the brand, or in my case, I've just emerged as sort of my own brand as a result of being around for as long as I have, and writing books and all this.
Your voice became your brand pretty much.
Well, yeah. I'm the purveyor of philosophy, right? So that's what I do, right? I philosophize, and I teach people about the way life works and stuff like that. But as far as like Millionaire Mentor, is that something, could I replicate that? Let's say I'm brand new in the business, okay? And let's say we're going to go the Jason Stone route rather than the John Lavinia route, because clearly there are two different routes. One route would be marketing first. The other, like what you're saying here, is branding first. My friend Jen, who recently has gotten some press here in DA, she just started, posting stuff on Facebook, and she's like 2 months in the business. She's already made like over 50K or something. I don't know what her brand is. Does she have a brand? I don't know, but she's posting stuff on Facebook. Whereas here's the Lamborghinis, the palm trees and coconuts. Is it a completely different method?
Yeah, I mean, there is a few different methods. I went, when I first started on Instagram, I started just building a following by producing content on a daily basis, motivational, inspirational content. I really wasn't selling anything in the beginning. I wasn't pushing any affiliate offers. For over a year, I just built up an audience. And there are tons of other accounts on Instagram and Twitter that are in the millions that is just pushed out content. And that's how I developed this, by just giving valuable content. I give, little entrepreneur tips, little resources, little fun memes to look at, luxury stuff. I combine the motivational with the luxury photos. So I just built an audience that way. No one knew who I was for over a year and a half until I decided to put a face to the Millionaire Mentor brand. There's still a ton of accounts, content accounts, niche accounts, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook that do that have no face to the name. A lot of these accounts that if they were to come out and start putting a face to the name, if you're actually in that sort of niche, you can't, if I wasn't successful before I came out on Instagram, I was some little, I don't know, like nobody, and I tried to fake it till I made it, people would call me a fraud. But obviously I was somewhat successful before I started being a marketer. I had a few businesses under my belt that were successful. And, why not come out and show my face and help other entrepreneurs do the same thing? That was my original goal when I first started pushing out content, was I want to help other entrepreneurs, give them motivation, give them little things that I've learned along the way, like something would happen at work or at the office one day. I would go home and make a little blog about it. And like the customer, I would use this example all the time, like the customer isn't always right, and I got in a fight with a customer about something, and I would just go into a little blog. So I treated Instagram like a mini blog and just started pushing out content. So then I realized what the word affiliate marketing meant, which wasn't too long ago, a couple years, if that. And I realized that I could actually push and sell stuff to my audience. I'm like, I could sell to my audience anything that I want. I didn't know I was sitting on a gold mine at that time. I slowly learned that, wow, I have this huge audience. I could pretty much promote my own business, whether it was Treadstone Performance, whether it's the local door coupon, which we've sold 50 franchises through my social media account over the last year, or be it Digital Altitude or any other affiliate offer that I would like to push, or whether it's Bitcoin. I have a new Bitcoin funnel. So I went that route of building the audience first and then selling. So a lot of people try to replicate what I've done, and it's a lot harder because they want to make money at the same time they're building an audience. And I didn't do it that way. So that's why it took me a year and a half to build that account and build it up to 1 million followers.
You didn't have a whole lot of knowledge about affiliate marketing. Like what's that, right? So obviously people here have a bit of a head start on that, whereas you had a head start on the branding. So if people are, let's say, looking for a more immediate return, like they don't have a year and a half, can they still engage branding, or should they just?
Well, that's when I feel that I don't think they should go my route of building an account without showing their face. So I believe that everybody should show face from day one and build their brand as themselves. Whatever they're doing in their life right now, you have to build a brand around it, whether you're successful or not, whether you go on vacations or not, whether you have a family or friends or whatever you're doing in your life. These people that want to build a brand on Instagram and make money telling people their affiliate offers, you have to earn the trust of your followers. So that's where I get learn, do, teach, LDT. By providing value to your followers, learning something, implementing it, and then teaching to your followers. So the best way for people new into this is to provide as much value as they can to their following and teaching them. So when you're teaching their following something, you're teaching them new things, they're learning from you, you're gaining their trust, gaining rapport with your audience, and then you can start telling them something.
Right. So learn, do, teach. Let's say somebody goes through a lesson in the RISE program, for example, and they have some discovery that they've made, and they implement that, and then they go put their own spin on it, make a little video or something. And of course, you've focused more on Instagram, which is very short attention span kind of stuff. But would you then have them link to perhaps your YouTube channel or to your blog or something like that?
Exactly. I mean, I'm a big believer in mastering one platform before you moving on to the next. So, but you do have to hit all social media platforms. You know, people only have so much time. Maybe they're working another job. Maybe they can't. But the best is when you're branding yourself. Brand yourself. Pick a name, whether it's your first and your last name, where you call yourself something else. But choose that name and then go on all social media channels and buy it up. Not buy it, but get it. So when you have your YouTube, you have your Snapchat, you have your Facebook, you have your Instagram, you have a blog, go out and get the .com, try and get whatever you want, whatever your name's going to be. Get the .com first and then see if that's available on the other platforms. There was a website I remember where you can input a name and it would tell you if it was available on all the platforms. When I remember it, I'll think of it.
Oh, so you could actually say like Jason Stone, .com, yes, Facebook, yes, Twitter, no, there's already a Jason Stone, something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So then, for the new person, right, the person who hasn't spent a year and a half doing things that you did with, the Millionaire Mentor brand. Of course, they could still start a brand, and they could still be the face behind the brand, and you're recommending that is the case. But to pick a unique name and then to start producing content, even if it's these motivational things, right? So, I mean, you could have been something besides the Millionaire Mentor and still have done what you did. And is the marketplace still fertile? Do you think that there's an advantage or disadvantage for people who are just starting now day one on branding?
There really is no disadvantage besides, I don't know, I can't think of any disadvantage. There's no better time to start than now.
Mm-hmm. Because some people think, well, had I been on Facebook years ago, or had I been on Instagram months ago, or had I been on, whatever the new platform of the week is, right? Like they need to be first or something. So that's not the case.
Not really. No, that's definitely not the case. Instagram is still growing. It was at 300 million users maybe a year ago. Now it's at 800 million. Facebook's at billions. I don't think there's any other social media platforms that's going to emerge in the next 5 to 10 years that's going to take any one of them out. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Unless there's an apocalypse of the internet or something.
Yeah. So then in this case, the best time to start is now, if not yesterday. So then what do people do? So let's say I want to start branding. Like I'm going to come out with my own spin on this. Because that's really what we're talking about here. Because people can go buy digital altitude from thousands of people, right? Why would they buy from you? And I guess that's the first question we got to answer. What's the point of differentiation? Because when I think of branding, I think of point of differentiation. I think of public image, how that occurs in the marketplace. I think about if a unique selling proposition exists, what is that, right? So where do you start?
Yeah. Where do you start? Okay, so I've always been, when I started my first business, one of them, Credstone, I was like, I need to make myself look way bigger than I really am. And you do that, number one, with a great graphics designer that's going to create graphics for you. People want to slack and go out and pay $5 for a logo. No. If someone's selling you a logo for $5 or $10 or $50, you're not going to get quality work. One of my favorite places to go for just starting out and getting your logo done is 99 Designs. Go out and pay them $300 to $500 to get a professional logo done. And they can and you get designers from all over the world, hundreds of submissions that you get to pick from. Number one is, you're going to get what you pay for when you have a graphics designer. So then that same graphics designer can make you your YouTube banner, can make your Facebook banner, can make you the logo for Instagram, your Twitter banner. Those banners are going to make or break your brand. So if you have a shitty banner of a picture of you that's all grainy, you got some right in the back over here, it's just, you need to start day one with quality images that are high definition from quality graphics designer. So you get what you pay for, and that's number one. And then, when that's done, you look bigger than you really are because you have this nice website. Get a blog, start blogging. You're just, you're you. You probably haven't made 0 cents online, but it looks like you have. It looks like you've made money online before because you have this nice branding. So it all starts with that.
Okay, so you start with the graphics. Now, obviously, we've got the agency as well, that people can engage with the various packages there. But this is something that people could start browsing on their own, too, if they want, with 99 designs, stuff like that. By the way, a tip for everyone, because Jason mentioned don't go with a $5 logo. I've seen $5 logos that I like, but like I sort of said preemptively, if I like it, it's probably not the way to go, when it comes to branding.
It's great that you brought up the agency because they're actually redoing some of my social media banners as we speak. And I've seen some of their work, their before and after work. Guys, this is one of those things that if you have the money and you really want to do this, you want to be a marketer, you want to be, make millions one day, which in marketing, it's very easy to do that. And all these different network marketings, whether it's info products, whether you're affiliate for this, whether you can stick with digital altitude, it's the money in marketing is this is the most lucrative business I've ever been in. And I have many businesses under my belt. There's nothing more lucrative than being able to open my laptop from anywhere in the world, getting on my phone and doing videos and selling info products is the best. So agency, if you have the money, definitely it's something you should do. Their packages are great. They're redoing some of my stuff right now. DM's great. Their team they could do everything for you, from all your social media channels to your blog to your logo. That is one of those things that you get what you pay for.
Nice. So we've got that, and then as far as video, how important is that? Because you mentioned that you don't like being on video, but you get used to it. So and that's something that for anyone who knows me, I like the spoken word. I have no problem being on stage and stuff like this. But what about for people who are reluctant to being on video? Is it just talking head kind of stuff, or you try and mix in more like lifestyle?
99% of everybody that I speak with, whether it's in my Zoom calls, people don't want to turn on their video. I tell people, as homework, they need to get on video. They need to speak to your audience so they gain your trust and people get to know who you are. People are very self-conscious. Just something you just have to get over and stop, nitpicking at yourself, how you look, what you're going to say, if you're going to stumble, those things you get used to, and you just have to get over it. This is the business. If you're going to be in this business, that's a practice you have to do. And, you get better in time. Everybody gets better with practice.
Right. So you're providing value. You're also demonstrating lifestyle, which, we've talked about on these calls before. Somebody who's sitting in a cubicle right now and who has access to your video of, I could tell you stuff that I've done. I've shot videos just while walking my dog, down by the lake or something, or through the woods. Who cares, right? Anybody could do that. You don't need money, or you don't have to be in an exotic location. But look at me, I'm not sitting in a cubicle, that sort of thing. That qualifies.
Yeah, so people think that you have to have a lot of money and go on vacations and travel to exotic places to get that lifestyle footage. No, you just need a video editor that can make there's videos like some guy was telling me, like, I got a video editor so good he can make you eating a bowl of cereal look like $1 million. So, like, the videos that you think, just walking your dog, if you had a good video editor and someone videoing you, it could look like a day in the life of you at the park, doing nothing, working from your phone, walking your dog, being free. It could look like $1 million. So just get the video. That's another thing, just find someone to follow you around for a day, whether you're going to the gym, whether you're going to hang out with friends, and, find that video guy that's going to do great editing work. I do have a couple people, but they're, when I do recommendations, there's sometimes they get booked up. Good guys, they're hard to find sometimes, and the video editor is key. It's crucial. Actually, I just I released the Digital Altitude Vegas event. It took me this long to release the video. I just released it on my Facebook page today. And that was how long ago? A few months ago.
Right.
So,
but you're talking about high-level production kind of stuff. People can still deliver value without all that. I mean, I think of some of the top marketers right now, doing their thing, and some of it's kind of raw. So your brand isn't about that sort of style, though, right?
So what I was saying is you could learn to do videos yourself. Just have a friend take videos. The video app I recommend would be Video Leap, and then there's another one. You could use the GoPro video app, which is Quick, Quyk, which kind of does the editing for you. There's another app called Video Shop. These are all apps that you can make really good videos from on your phone on the fly. So there's no reason that, if you don't have money to pay for a good video editor, just learn it yourself. These apps, I took me a couple hours to learn it, and I was making really good videos. The thing is, I don't have time to make videos, so I just use my video guide.
Right. So what do you do? I mean, you're obviously, you run multiple businesses. You don't have time to make videos, so you do something. You want to give us a bit about like what actually happens inside the brand of Jason Stone, the Millionaire Mentor?
Okay, like on a daily basis.
Yeah. Like so what's the action stuff that you do?
Okay, so I mostly, obviously I have help with my quotes and some of the captions that we write. We're pumping out content every hour on the hour for Millionaire Mentor. So besides, doing the content and, elaborating on nice captions, we'll see if we can find one. Like, we just posted a photo, merely wishing for a Lambo will never get you one. And then, we go into what's wishing about. Wishing starts in the mind and generally stays there. What a perfect quote for this post. I believe that wishes have energy. I believe that wishes exist to show what's really possible. That voice that whispers to your heart reveals that you're truly capable of achieving. You can wish it, you can do it. But there's only one thing a wish needs to become real, a decision. So you're going to decide to make your wish come true. The decision is yours if you wish. So that's just a piece of content that we put out on Millionaire Mentor a couple hours ago. And then, I'm constantly updating my stories. My stories is a little bit more informal way into my life. So the content we put out on our wall is very nice, elaborated content, pictures. I don't really put too many videos of myself on Millionaire Mentor. I keep that for my stories. So my wall is more formal. My stories are more informal. If people want to get a peer into my life, go to my stories. I just posted my kids in Santa outfits. It's pretty funny. And then the same content you post on your wall on Instagram, you could be sharing that to your Facebook wall as well. So you want to, obviously link the two accounts up. And then also the same post that we put on Instagram, some of the longer form captions, like that wishing one, we're going to publish to our blog. And that then Google will start picking this up and help ranking the blog.
Right, and which one gets more traction, the personal stuff or the brand wall kind of stuff?
The wall, the Instagram, the wall. The stories, they're not going to get the same amount of reach as your wall posts, but they can. I mean, it just depends on how you set your account up. But you definitely want to do a little of both. The stories is what people are going to see. I mean, you could put you could take a video of yourself and then post it to your wall if you want to set your account up that way.
Right. Okay. So then we've got this template here where we could start branding ourselves, and obviously you've gravitated towards Instagram because you've been doing that for years now, and the shout outs. And by the way, everyone, if you want to see Jason Stone's Instagram training, you can go right into your resources section of your DA members website, click on resources and then recorded training, and then you could just search by keyword Jason Stone or Jason or Stone or Instagram, and you'll find trainings there that were recorded, at least one that I know of, by Jason himself on how he's gotten up to this point, I think 2.5 million followers on Instagram. Is that right, Jason?
2.7 million on Millionaire Mentor, and then I have 280,000 on my personal.
Right, so that's where the stories would be. And of course, the personal one is newer, right? So the Millionaire Mentor page, the wall there, has been around a lot longer. So and I remember hearing you talk about how you deliberately did not put yourself out there because of a situation where you had gotten robbed and such. So that's not what we want to do. But the idea here is that you could start right where you are now, and believe it or not, everybody, and this may be a shock, and Jason, you may corroborate this. Right now, if you've been through like the Base and Rise programs, and you've been hanging around here even for a little bit, you know more than 90% of the people who think they want to make money online. Like, you've got a lot of knowledge, so don't expect like you got to be a guru or something. Learn, do, and teach. Relatively speaking, you're quite knowledgeable compared to most people. I heard, Jason, that the most people attempting to make money online make less than $100 a month. Something like over 90% of the people, they're just not making any money, regardless of the method. And so you having this, and like Jason said before, this is the most profitable business model he's got, and he's been around. I've been around. Look, both of us have been around for a while, and I could tell you that nothing beats this. Not for making money. Yeah, I'm really glad I wrote a book. That's very nice. I can tell people I'm an author, and I like the book, and I get royalty checks every week, and I have for years. But it's $8. Great, I made $8 selling a book. Thousands of times I've made $8. But here, oh my goodness, right? So we've got something very, very robust. So, Jason, what else? Did you want to cover something before we can open it up for Q&A? We've got some people here live. Of course, most people are going to be hearing this on the podcast. What would you like people to do as far as taking action?
Take action. I mean, that's the key term, is just take action. And you become like a mad scientist. You're going to be testing out a lot of different ways to make money, because you can only learn so much from others until you actually do it yourself. Once you do it yourself, you try to copy someone else's success, it might not work for you. Or, someone else's success may not work for everybody. So everybody's going to be different. You're going to test and tune. You're going to lose money along the way. There's been plenty of times that I've lost money along the way. I spend money on traffic, this type of traffic over there. You buy money, traffic. Traffic is the key word. That's the holy grail. So in this business, traffic is the holy grail. So everybody's always talking about traffic. Where do you get it from? That's pretty much what everybody wants to know. Where do you get your traffic from? Well, there's no secret to my traffic, because it all comes from Instagram. 99.999% of it comes from Instagram. So I've dabbled here and there with Facebook ads. I dabbled with Google AdWords. I dabbled with solo ads. I'm going to master other traffic strategies. I'm in the process of mastering some other traffic strategies. When I say master, I mean like being able to precisely predict my ROI. That's the hard part is, are you going to get your money back? Are you going to double your money? Are you going to triple your money? I'm in the process of testing different traffic, and you're going to have to test the same way I'm testing. Even if I tell you this source is great, do it this way, it might not work for everybody. That's the key. So my advice to everybody is just become a mad scientist and prepare to lose money, to make money. You're going to have to lose money to make money at the end of the day. And it takes money to make money, of course. If you want to try out the free traffic strategies, you may never get there. But that's the name of the game, traffic.
Well, isn't Facebook a free traffic strategy?
Until you start giving them money for your ads, yeah. Instagram is free traffic. YouTube is free traffic. It depends on what you do. How you want to put videos on. Start pumping out videos on YouTube. Hopefully they'll start ranking. You'll get free traffic that way. You want to start pumping out content on a Facebook fan page. You can pump out content every hour on the hour. You can grow your fan page that way, and that's free traffic.
Right. So just like what you're doing with Instagram, where you're constantly creating content. So,
Yep.
Which is what you do with a lot of your days, and you've got helpers with that and all this. But that is not something that for somebody who's posting stuff. Obviously, that doesn't cost you money on Instagram just to post stuff. But then like shout outs and things that cost money, right? And you've invested in that.
Eventually, you're going to have to pay for that extra traffic on your Instagram page to get those followers. And I did. I actually paid. In the beginning of Instagram, I think I spent $40,000 so I can be the biggest and the best, and I have the most followers. People think that I grew this way for free. No, I paid. The same way I charged for shout-outs, I paid to get where I was at.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of accounts that grew with me. They didn't grow as fast as me, but they grew very well with no paid shout-outs. There's an account that there's maybe in 1 million followers right now. We started at the same time. He's got 1 million. I got 2.7 million. I paid $100,000 to get there. He didn't pay anything. So it's all relative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I guess it also depends on how desperate are you to monetize like now.
Yeah.
So somebody who, in Jason's case, he had other businesses. He didn't even know what affiliate marketing was. He was just building his Instagram stuff. And I'm not sure to what end. Like, what would prompt you to put $40,000 on the table, to build something where you didn't know that you were going to monetize it?
Well, that's the number one word us entrepreneurs, myself as entrepreneur love, and that's risk. The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. I hated spending money on Instagram, and I had no idea if Instagram would shut me down the next day or my account would get hacked. I still worry about that.
Interesting. And do you sell shout-outs now?
Yeah, that's another very good revenue stream. I just had I had one of my friends call me up. He's like, is it still worth it if I were to pay all these money and buy this account and buy these accounts? And I was thinking about merging them together to get 1 million followers. If I were to spend $30,000 right now, do you think it'd be worth it? And I was like, yeah, definitely. To be a $30,000 to have 1 million follower motivation account, it'd be definitely worth it. Just because I know the power of Instagram.
Right.
A lot of people are still.
And let me ask you this, because this actually came up for one of the students who I was coaching. They were saying, well, I want to do Instagram, and Jason Stone, maybe he'll sell me a shout out. I was like, well, if you both are promoting the same offer, then maybe not, right? Maybe he only does shout outs for people outside of Digital Altitude. Am I right, or is that something appropriate that you could do?
I don't do Digital Altitude shout outs for other people. It's just because I've done so much. I used to a lot, but then I just kind of it's just overwhelming to my page, and people see the same thing over and over. I've actually been posting for Digital Altitude on my Instagram page for over a year. How long have you been in DA for? A year and a half almost? And I've been posting almost every single day. Every day I post an ad for Digital Altitude. Maybe sometimes I'll take a week off at most. So a lot of people get sick of seeing the same ad because they've been following me since day one. But my account also grows 1,000 to 15 to 2,000 followers a day. So those new people have never seen Digital Altitude ads before. And that's the kind of the balance. I play with my account. I post ads on my account every day. It's not all content. It's not all motivational tips, tricks, memes, and, content. I post ads, and I also get paid for ads. And if you look at my page right now, there's like 3 or 4 ads up right now.
Right, but not for DA.
If it was for DA, it'd be my own DA ad.
Right. Yeah, that's the point that I'm making. There's you're not going to do a shout out or an ad for someone who's selling the same offer.
Yeah, there's different types of shout outs that I do. Like one of my team members is in DA. I'm like, okay, so he's like, I got a couple of different funnels for DA. I got a free ebook funnel, which is my own ebook. I got my video of DA, and then I got this other funnel. I was like, well, we could do a free ebook shout out for you. It's called Entrepreneur Disruption. As long as the front end offer is not, I'll do a free ebook shout out for you. So I did the ebook shout out for him, and he got like 300 leads from it. And that's a lot. We have 300 leads from a free ebook. And free ebooks, that's one thing. If you guys out there listening, take note. Free ebooks are the main way I grew my email list to 600,000 subscribers in a little over a year and a half. With free ebooks, and it's different free ebooks from different offers. Everybody loves free, so free ebooks do very well on Instagram.
Right. Yeah, and it doesn't say Digital Altitude. I think that's the whole point. So if you want Jason to do a shout out for you, then don't be pitching Digital Altitude, not on the front end. No, go create some content. Go do something of worth that doesn't have the DA logo anywhere on it, right? And that's really the theme of what we're doing here is branding, right? It's not, and this is something that I have to talk about a lot with other people that I've worked with, clients and such, that are typically like in the network marketing world, where people identify themselves as a rep of such and such company. And I have to sometimes drill it into their brain. No, you are not a rep of such and such company. That is not your identity. It must not be the entirety of your identity. Otherwise, what? You're a subordinate. You're a commodity. I mean, anybody can go sell such and such company stuff. This is you, the one and only. Okay, so what is that brand about? Not, I'm a rep for, the Jungle Juice deal. Yeah. So good stuff, Jason. Good stuff. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to open it up for Q&A. So we got Jason Stone live on the call with us right now. We're going to go ahead and open it up. Stand by, everybody. And here we go. So those of you who have joined us live, now is your opportunity to, if you're on a phone or on Skype, you can click *6 to raise your hand. And, of course, if you're on the Digital Altitude free conference call app, you can just click the button there, the mute and unmute button. That'll raise your hand. And if you want to come out here and engage the Millionaire Mentor live, here is your opportunity to do so. I do see a couple while we're waiting for people to raise their hands. And, do have a few people in the chat roll. Arnar is saying, anyone here making some money online? Yeah, Arnar, we're making millions. So thanks for asking. Arnar must be very new. So welcome. All right, so raise your hands, folks, if you want to come out here and talk with Jason. This is your opportunity to do so right now. I think we inadvertently muted Jason because he's not on the host line. So let me unmute him here real quick. Okay, so I don't see any hands up, guys. This is your opportunity to talk with one of the top earners in the friggin' universe. So raise your hand if you'd like to come out here. Now is the time. We have our first caller, which is Anna. Anna, you are live on the air. Welcome, Anna.
Hello. Well, thank you, John. And I have a question for Jason. You are my sponsor, so I would like to go to those Zoom calls you have, and I was wondering how to do that.
Okay. Yes, definitely. If you are you at what level you at right now?
I'm at right.
Okay. Yeah, you should have got an email from my assistant Sarah as soon as you went live. Let me actually search for your email right quick. What is your name again?
Anna.
I can forward that all to you, Jason, so we don't have to take up public time on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
Very
forward
good.
me
So.
your contact info, and I'll forward on to Sarah, and we'll get you plugged into the Zoom calls.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye.
No problem.
Okay, Anna, very good. And thanks for starting our Q&A session. We're going to go to our next caller, which is the mighty Glenn Henderson. Glenn, how are you, brother?
Holy moly, John, I had no idea I'd be this high in the queue. How are you doing, Jason?
Good. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Listen, inspiring stuff tonight. I have a couple of questions for you. I'll try to make them as quick as I can. I'm always concerned and always thinking about new people who join my team and people who are new to top-tier direct marketing, to online, to digital marketing and digital altitude. So the one question I have is, from the time you started with digital altitude, I'm going to assume that maybe you were doing other things online before you found out about digital altitude. I'm curious, how long was it from the time you started with digital altitude until you started seeing what you considered to be significant income? And then the other question I have is, I know that you are absolutely crushing Instagram and have been for a long time. Are there any other methods, either free or paid, that you use regularly that you have found to be very effective for you?
Okay. When I first started DA, I had pushed a couple. I just got into affiliate marketing, and I started to learn what affiliate marketing was. I pushed a couple offers. One was for some guy, Daniel Piazza. One was for Lewis Howes, and I did like a founder launch. I made like, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 from those other offers, and then I started pushing DA. So DA was very new to my Instagram account, and I got to a rocket start. I made $100,000, I think, within my first month, because as soon as I started pushing it, as soon as I started putting people into the funnel and people were buying, it was crazy. I was blown away. I seriously was blown away, making $100,000, six figures, my first month into this company. And it was very new at the time, so I was one of the first to push it on social media. And then so that's that. As far as paid traffic, I'm just testing out different solo ad providers and media contacts. I'm going to try to set up some sort of CPA style, kind of like what Darren and Rhonda do. They're in the traffic and the media buys. So that's my next hill to conquer, is just learning how to do that correctly and getting my video sales letter, which is crushing it as far as conversions go.
Very nice.
Be able to use that for and actually help out other people in the community and DA with the CPA stuff. So that's where I want to take it. I just want to be able to not even help myself, but also help my team, and then maybe open it up to just about everybody who wants to buy. So CPA buyers. Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering about, because I'm sure that there are other people on the call who are kind of new to this and thinking, well, geez, you're a guy like Jason, he's making so much money, where do I start to get on that road? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's why like I said, I just want to be able to help everybody. Get buyers, and so when a new guy comes into here, he knows exactly where to go to start getting leads, and actually getting leads that convert. And that's the hard part, is finding.
Yeah, no doubt. That's the big deal. Listen, thanks a lot, Jason. Appreciate it, man. Great to hear from you.
Awesome.
Good stuff. Thank you, Glenn. We're going to go to our next caller, which is Iris. Is it Iris?
Yeah.
Hey, Iris, you're live on the air.
Oh, okay. I've been having complications getting onto the Webbers, and I'm kind of
Getting onto what?
I've been kind of I haven't been able to connect to the Webbers that we're on now. For some reason, I can hear you all, but I could never respond.
Well, we can hear you. We can hear you right now. So something's working for you.
Okay, so I'm probably about maybe 3 or 4 weeks behind everything.
Okay. What's your question, Iris?
I'm in the process of doing my leads and my captures and all of that, and I went through the website, and every time that I clicked on it, nothing would copy and paste.
Oh, okay. So if you're having technical issues, then definitely click the red help button for technical support. Obviously I can't solve your technical problems on this conference call, but we do have a red help button on every page of the website. So if you are having a tech problem, let's get that solved for you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, very good. Did you have any questions for Jason on branding tonight?
No, I just need to listen. I'm kind of like bogged down with a lot of things, so I think I better listen tonight and kind of, get my mindset.
Okay. Well, very good, Iris. We're glad you're here. Welcome to the team, and I'm sure you'll do just fine. Let's make sure you get all your tech stuff handled, and we will see you at the top, okay?
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure. And we're going to go to our final caller for tonight, which is Anjanae. Is it Anjanae, or are you live with us?
Yes.
Welcome. You're live on the air.
Hi. I was wondering how this works because I'm very new to it, and I'm not understanding some of,
The lingo.
things. Yes, the lingo. There you go.
Okay, so it takes time to understand all the lingo. You gotta have to start watching more videos and staying up to date with the different webinars and watching getting help from your sponsor, any videos or Zoom webinars that they can offer, and just immersing yourself into the culture, and you'll slowly learn. Just like going back, it takes time. It's all part of the branding of yourself and your learning process.
Okay.
Yeah, Anjanae, with any new endeavor, it's almost like learning a new language. You got to understand the nomenclature, or the training isn't usable to you. And I implore people, like, you go through a training and you just stop right there. If you don't understand a word, stop and look up the word. I mean, you got to understand what we're talking about. So yes, the online marketing is like a whole different world.
Yeah.
Compared to, like my business manager in my company, he is an expert at commodities trading and foreign exchange and all this kind of stuff. And he starts talking about things. I have no idea what he's talking about. It's fascinating, but yeah, I'm like a lost puppy in some of those conversations. But when it comes to top tier direct sales, I'm the authority of authorities around here. So and I'm sure a lot of people, I say stuff and they have no idea what I'm talking about. But yeah, so definitely dig into the words. Like if you really want to understand a topic, really understand the nomenclature, so you can make this training usable for you. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay, my friend. Thank you. And with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up Q&A. All right, Jason Stone, thank you so much for joining us live on the call today. It's always a pleasure to have you out here. I know you're a busy guy, and so am I. Hey, that rhymes too. I started the call with a rhyme, and I'm ending the call with a rhyme. Any closing comments, sir?
Closing comments. I like my closing comment of becoming a mad scientist and just testing to see what works. Testing on your content on different platforms. Setting up different funnels in DA. Number one is to do that and testing. Part of what works is learning how to use the tagging structure in Digital Altitude. If you have a .com or your funnel and you want to see by posting your link on a different platform to see if that turn around of a video you posted on YouTube or a video you posted on Facebook, they all should be tagged with a different tag so you know where the traffic's coming. So
sorry, Jason, we're losing you there, buddy. Where's your microphone?
Sorry. So I was saying that if you post a video on YouTube, you post something on Facebook, and you have the same link, you don't know where the traffic is coming from that's actually working. So you have to start using different URLs or using the tagging structure the DA offers, which is your URL. Hold on, I know tag is not working right now. Hold on. Okay, so let's just say if your URL is passiveincomeonline.com. So if you want to post your video or that link somewhere, at the end of it, you could tag it with /F equals and whatever you want to tag it. And you can go back into your tags, and this is a little bit technical for a lot of people, but I don't know why I veered off into this tangent right now, but this is part of the testing and tuning I'm talking about, is using different tags and the tagging structure the DA provides you to test different resources, test different platforms to see if traffic's coming from a video you did here or a piece of content you did there. So at the end of your URL, you can actually tag it /F equals your tag. So I've been doing this a lot lately. I was in the Bahamas. I put on my stories a swipe-up post. Hey, I'm doing a free trial for the next 24 hours. You can swipe up and take the 14-day free trial. And I tagged it Bahamas VSL. And I got like 5 people to come in from the Bahamas when I was in the Bahamas. And 3 months from now, I'll see if any of those people converted, or a week from now, if someone goes rise, I'll see the tag in my back office. So that is my last 2 cents for you guys, is, monitor your tags, test them, different platforms, and see what works.
Awesome stuff. And again, if you guys are brand new and you're not familiar with the tagging feature, all of your web pages inside your Digital Altitude Aspire system have a tag that you can add to it. It could be whatever you want, anything. Just tag it up and track where your leads and sales are coming from. So, Jason, again, thank you for being here with us. Always a pleasure to share the stage with you live, and of course to share you with everyone here via the DA live call and webinar series. So everyone, will see you back here tomorrow morning for the wake-up call live with our friend Joel. In the meantime, make it a great night. You absolutely deserve it, and bye for now.
All right, guys, take it easy. Thanks for having me, John.
Bye-bye.